Here we have a lot of toys and things for the birds, so they've got plenty of activity. They're pretty self-entertaining most of the time as long as they've got something to play with.
Yeah, an important thing with baby birds, young hand-fed birds, is, and indeed breeder birds, avoidance of boredom. A bored bird is a bad bird. It may start pulling out his feathers and develops nasty habits. So important things if one has a new pet bird, keep the bird occupied, handle it a lot, look right into its eyes and try and get the bird to talk if it's a talking bird, but keep them occupied with toys.
So it's not only important for a happy bird, it's important for a healthy bird as well.
Absolutely spot on. You should be doing my job.
And maybe throw in the radio, because they love to listen to you.
And by the way, we're going to get this guy singing some country music pretty soon. He's from Nashville, Tennessee, a great partner in our endeavours, our venture. And he's a hot guy when it comes to country music. He did a great job last evening at the Valley City Street Fair by invitation. It was difficult to get him to stand up there, but he did a marvellous job when he was there. So we're going to have another demonstration, I hope, on one of our YouTube clips and on our website. This is Bill. And Bill can introduce himself and give us some of his background later.
Thank you very much.
And I will be asking you questions about how you got where you are and where you're going.
Put me back in the frying pan.
Yeah, put you back in the frying pan.
Well,
okay, good question.
Not quite as hot as Forest Park Aviaries is today. What's some examples of some toys that are maybe not so much recommended for some of the younger birds?
Well, let's do both. Both the good ones and the not so good ones.
Okay.
And I want to be careful here because these are highly professional people who design these toys in most cases, although a lot do get imported. But go to a reputable supplier and you'll get some good toys. I've got an example here, and this is very much a personal feeling and a feeling of my wife, that one shouldn't get too involved in the more stringy toys.
Okay.
Birds are very inquisitive creatures and they can pull out strands if it's the wrong type of rope, for example.
Right.
And they can wrap it around their necks or around their feet and get it caught on their leg band, band on their legs that are used to identify our birds. So stringy toys are not very high on my list. We tend to go for others that are much more harmless. So I'll put this one aside. Right, toys.
I see we also have it looks like a child slinky here.
Mm-hmm.
What would you use that for?
Well, there's a couple of three things on the table here that parrotlets love.
Okay.
They love to get in these hammocks, if that's... No, it's not a hammock. This is a tent. They will sleep in there and they get a lot of feelings of personal security when they're in there overnight or even during the day. And you can get 4 or 5 parrotlets into one of these. So that's a good toy. This is what runs at about $6, $6, $7.
And they like to crawl through there and tunnel through. And
yeah. And then we have the slinky. And by the way, these hammocks, I don't particularly, all the smaller ones, I don't particularly recommend for some birds because they can reverse in them and break the tail feathers. But you can get larger ones than that.
Okay.
The slinky, which I hadn't... No one gave me a slinky when I was a kid, but this is something I've learned more about. I think these will all bounce around the home. Most people here in America know about them. But you can actually slide them into your cage.
Oh, okay. So it
makes another little tunnel for them. Or you can even, if I can get this one out easily, if I can get part of it out, which I can't, but they come off. You can push them into the side or on the top or wherever.
Okay.
And the higher the better because they don't get bird poop on them if they're higher up in the cage, of course.
Okay.
So those are slinkies. So really small toys for small birds. That would be a little block that we give to our customers suitable for parrotlets, whereas the cherry head conures we would offer our customers a larger one.
And this would be certainly something for a larger bird as well.
Well, or a very, very, very large parrotlet, but I would reserve those for cherry-head conures and sun conures. So think about avoidance of boredom. You want a good, healthy bird. A bored bird is not a healthy bird, generally speaking. Think about all the nutrients. And think about the paws on the bird. It's not a good idea to clip the claws of young birds, but give them some abrasive surface that will naturally...
So they can naturally keep their claws trimmed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And then you've got other toys based on the principle, small toys for small birds. They love bells. They're not good at whistling, but they'll play around in those types of things.